Summarising in your own words, part 2. I hope you now have your own summary in front of you because we're going to mark it and we're going to see how you fare with the summary that you wrote. Before we do so, though, do a quick check. We are going to assess the summary, but check the following. Is it cohesive and coherent? Did you make use of linking words, right? Make sure that you have done, if you want to make a quick little change or in your own mind, suggest something to yourself, remember it must be cohesive and coherent. Did you stick to the instruction that it is the reasons why people collect clutter and nothing else, right? Did you do that? Check it quickly. Make sure that you actually have been accurate there. I've already said for the cohesiveness and the coherence, you must have linking words. And did you write an accurate word count in square brackets at the end? Check that quickly, and then we're going on to marking. This is my summary. Your summary will not look like this. It will be different, but we're going to look for key points. Your linking words won't be the same, but look at how I put this together just to show you where I got the extra words from 75, I ended up with 88. Please remember, in terms of the length of the summary, get as far as you can to 90, because if you do that, you'll probably have a good summary. Some people can summarize very well and they can end up with 60 words or 75, but that's very dangerous because you might be missing a point or you might not have elaborated a point precisely, or there might be something wrong. Rather try to get as close as you can to 90. I got to 88 here, so let's have a look. I started with, in many cases, newly blended families bring all their accumulated possessions into their new household. If I were the marker, I would say that's correct. Magazines encourage us to upgrade our homes. Can you see how I used but? But we want to keep the replaced items. Advertisements entice us to buy kitchen cluttering devices. Possessions make us feel anchored because we believe that that they reflect our identity and background. That will probably be 2 points in your exam. They'll give you a point for that and a point for that. It is because we attach ourselves to things that we cannot let go. And then it's about the retailers that coerce us into purchasing more possessions. And despite a recent trend to unclutter, we are stopped by sentimentalism and we refuse to let go. So let us see quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do we have enough? We have enough. We have 7 points here. So it doesn't matter if you've got 8, you're not going to get 8. Sorry, 7 is the maximum that you can get for content. So if you've got 8 ticks, fine. You've got 7 for your content. Right. Now what are we going to do with those 7 ticks? And by the way, you'll only get that tick if it's written in your own words. And a word of caution here before I even go on. If perhaps, you have downloaded this exam paper and possibly you've also downloaded the memorandum, be very careful because you'll see in the memorandum that it doesn't look like what I'm doing right now. What am I doing? I'm saying we're working towards a fluent paragraph. We're having points and then we have the fluent paragraph because that's what is expected of you. What you see in the memorandum, note well, it is a memorandum. It's not a model answer. In that memorandum, you're going to see two columns. On the one side, you'll see the points as we have put them down. And on the other side, we are going to see the actual lift from the passage. And that's just for the marker to check whether you have actually written it in your own words. Do you understand? So it's easy to see. She doesn't have to go back to the text every 5 minutes to see, is this actually in the text? So the actual words of the text, which contains, the text which contains that point, is then written in the right-hand column. She'll have two columns. You're not going to do that in the exam, please. That is for the marker, just to check whether you have just lifted the stuff or whether you've written it in your own words. It's just a quick check. So we have done it the correct way. We've worked up to a point where we have a point form summary, and we've put it all together into a neat little paragraph, which needn't be very highfalutin. It can be very plain language, but using linking words. We've done that, right? Now, we've said there were 7 ticks and they were all in your own words. So what's going to happen now? For every valid point made in your own words, up to 7, of course, you'll get a tick. So you already have 7 ticks. So you already have 7 out of 10. Fine? Now what they're going to look at is they are going to give you a language assessment. Now, they're not going to go back and say, ooh, red mark, language errors, ooh, it looks very red, let's give the person naught. It's not how it works. If you have given the 7 points in your own words, you will get parcella, 3 points, which gives you exactly 10 out of 10. If you've got the 7 points, you've already got 10 out of 10. If you only could scratch together 6 points, you also get 3 for language, which gives you 9 out of 10. So if you've got 6, you've got 9. If you've got 7, you've already got a 10 out of 10. Got that? If you have only 5 marks, ticks or 4 ticks, you can only get 2 marks for language, right? So if you've got 5, you'll get 7 out of 10. So can you see that you already can get 70%, even if you only could get out of the 8 or 9 points, 5. That is worth ticking. And surely if you kept the purpose or the instruction in mind, you would have got more than 5. So if you only got 4, you also can get 2 marks only, which will give you 6 out of 10. The very strange thing about the summary, it boggles the mind, but there is no 5 out of 10, if you haven't noticed. Because if you get 3, you can only get 1 mark, which gives you 4. Where is 5? We don't know, but that's how it works, right? So 3 plus 1 is 4 out of 10. 2, you can also only get 1 mark, and you'll then get 3 out of 10. If you only get 1 of the points, you can only get 1 mark for language, and then you'll get 2 out of 10. So can you see actually how easy it is to get marks for the summary? A 10 out of 10 is just so within everybody's reach. So if I were you, I would really go for it and practice some more, and just make sure that you get the 10 out of 70. It's for that question you have 100%, right? So just to remind you of something, if you are substantially under the word count, in other words, let's say you have only 70 words and you're an exceptional writer, there's no reason why you still can't get a 10 out of 10, because it stands to reason. If everything is there, everything is there. But as I said, it's better, it's safer to stay closer to 90, but you will not be penalized. That's all I'm trying to tell you. They're not going to say, oh, mine is too short or something. None of that. If it's shorter than it should be, no problem, right? But if it's longer, there is a bit of a problem, because remember, this is a summary. You're summarizing, you're making shorter. You're not going to rewrite the whole text. You must be short, right? So if you have 5 words over the word limit, the marker will still read, and if the marker can see that this summary is obviously over the word count, the marker will actually have to go and add add the words up and get an accurate word count there. But if you are over the word count and you are 5 words or more over, you are within the 5 words, you're still okay. The marker will still read up to 5 words. Let's say, for instance, it just finishes a sentence, right? So it's not going to stop there. 5 words, fine, I'll read that, and I've got the point, yes, fine, I'll give the mark there. But whatever is more than 5 words over will just be disregarded. They will draw a line through it. They will just disregard it. And you might have 3 or 4 points there, but sorry, pal, you're not going to get it. The 7 points must be within the limit of 90 words. And that's it about the summary.